There are so many great things to be a part of in the greater West Bloomfield community, and specifically to promote diversity in our area. Here to talk to us about her career and her involvement with the West Bloomfield Diversity Task Force is Nichole Ferguson, Health and Wellness Managing Director for the PTL Consulting Group. Nichole, thanks so much for joining us again this morning.
Oh, good morning, Maddie, and thank you for having me. And yes, go Lakers with the girls. They did a fabulous job.
Yes, it was so exciting to go with them and follow them along as they won the state championship. So a big congrats to them. They did a great job this season. Nichole, can we first start to talk about your career path? So we've had you on The Splash to talk about health and food, as well as doing a little cooking segment for us. But can you talk a little bit about what led you to become a health and wellness managing director?
Well, I was in corporate America for over a decade. And I always loved to eat, always had a pretty well-rounded palate, but I just became overweight, especially during school, the freshman 15, the sophomore 20, and it just kept escalating after that until I got to a point I was very overweight. I was 242 pounds. And I didn't really like to run or do other forms of exercise, but I did like to step and work out. And I started teaching classes, and I was taking classes and then teaching classes, and then I became a certified teacher. And then I'm certified in many different modalities like Pilates and yoga now, especially as I get older, as well as being a fitness trainer, personal trainer, health and wellness coach. And I've been doing it for many years. It's given me and afforded me an opportunity to have a flexible schedule and raise my kids at the same time. So, and also to help people. So that's been the most fabulous part about it. And I celebrated losing 100 pounds probably in 2002. So that was almost 20 years ago.
Very exciting. And Nichole, you kind of do it all. You are a woman of many talents, and you also give back to the community. So we can talk a little bit about your involvement with the West Bloomfield Diversity Task Force. Can you talk about how you first got involved with them?
Well, Kelly Heyer, she's the superintendent of West Bloomfield Parks. She put out a blast email, like a call to action of anyone that would be interested in participating on a task force. And one of the reasons I wanted to be involved is I looked at other communities, our surrounding communities that had very robust programs for Black History Month. And we didn't really have a whole lot. The high school, they would do a march, but actually the library, the recreation department really didn't have any programming or content. And I spoke up a few years about that a while ago. And since then, they've gotten like a new director at the library, and some other management positions changed. And one of the parks commissioners said, "Hey, we should put this task force together and maybe do a couple of events for Black History Month." And I wanted to be a part of that. If you're going to say something about it, I think you should participate in the solution as well. So that's what brought me to the task force. And so far, this year and last year have been extremely successful, and we've had such well-attended events in the community. I think everybody is shocked.
And Nichole, could you talk a little bit about the work that goes into creating these events? I was at a couple of the events that West Bloomfield Parks and Rec and the Diversity Task Force put on for Black History Month. Can you talk about the preparation and the conversations that you have within the Diversity Task Force to get those events up and running?
Well, the task force, I think right now is over 20 folks, and we all have ideals of what we might want to bring to the table. And we actually start like in August with planning, and we meet once a month. We throw out some ideals. We throw out a timetable and what we would like to see happen possibly. And we kind of form subcommittees. And in these subcommittees, we meet. We might have small meetings. But as we get closer to Black History Month, we start to meet a little bit with more regularity. And for the Love Yourself event that I was a part of, that was like my brainchild of the Love Yourself event that encompasses health and wellness. We look at professionals in the area. We start to shape it and form it. And it's great. I guess most of us all have some project management background that helps the event come together, and we get people on board. We confirm their participation, and like I said, every event has been so successful that we've been able to coordinate.
And Nichole, as we wrap up here, is there anything else that you wanted to share, either about your work in health and wellness or any of those cool events coming up within the West Bloomfield Diversity Task Force?
Well, I think one, I want to say stay tuned, because I think we're going to be brainstorming and finding ways to do more things throughout the year. And I think everyone is going to be so impressed and so surprised with what we come up with. And we're going to be calling on residents to participate and help with some of these activities. And I think people are going to be really surprised and very impressed with it. But and also, I would love to do another Love Yourself event either this year. So definitely, possibly look out for some communications even on Facebook. I'm under Nichole Ferguson Bostic on Facebook in West Bloomfield. I'm going to be sponsoring a yoga day this year, meeting out at Drake's Park to do some yoga in the park. And if you want to contact me personally about my services, I can be reached at NicholeUpClose@yahoo.com. And Nichole is Nichole, upclose@yahoo.com. And thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. It's always a pleasure having you on The Splash. Nichole, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Have a great day.
Thanks.